ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, or Themper if you prefer, and furs. Trashkin all. Good evening and welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your humble host, Rasp Trash Bear. And we ran real long and got into some good stuff for the Forgotten Kingdom, Trashkin. So the stream running for about 4.5 hours needed to be trimmed way down. If you'd like to see it in its entirety, it's up on its own playlist alongside the last week's unedited for your enjoyment. This time I had Will of the Fumes along, and we had a grand time being nerds about Remnant 2 lore and interconnections and such. Now, this set, 4.5 hours is maybe asking a little much, so we trimmed things way down. This one has some good lore, though, some good feels, so enjoy.
The whole thing.
This looks important.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're going with what pops up, but having both kind of goes. How both? Why both? Oh, well, that's the first time I've had a door open on a lever that conveniently. Usually there's a lot of salting cursing when a lever opens the door for me. Alright. Pupper! Goodbye! They finally gave him a square elevator. I tell you, he has such trouble with around elevators. It's almost like they didn't take that into account when they designed him. Yeah. Little bit. Like, maybe they have an arc in mind for the third step here, if they go for R3, but, like, if they want to call it a series at this point, I won't be upset. Like, they got free games, 2 real solid, and 1 where they were learning to Souls-like. It was a good idea, it just wasn't quite where it absolutely needed to be. That's not to say Chronos bad, it's just to say they were learning. And, you know, they did the right thing, which is you take your goof and you build. And they built it into this, so, like, I got no complaints. No Chronos, no Remnant, you know? Up. I done got bamboozled. Oh no. Oh, great. You're up, huh? Got the shells. If Remnant 3 does happen, we'll probably be having the canon boss discussion in that too. Yeah, like, lore debate bounces between fun and frustrating, and occasionally it's me chiming in with, hey, remember, there's nothing wrong with having a personal headcanon, okay? Like me and my Swamp Witch trauma. Or excuse me, my Swamp Elf trauma. That's real heckin' sturdy. That reminds me, I should probably read the Ravagers. Ooh, more bleeding. Oh! Okay. This will pair nicely with the bleed ring. And that one amulet, you know the one? Stacks on stacks on stacks. There's something unsettling about this ring. Its appearance is wicked, like a demon in the night. You know, I'm getting just a little of that Soul Edge vibe here. I wonder why. Watching with its many eyes, waiting for the opportune moment to take you away. Wearing this makes you feel tainted, corrupted, unstoppable. The worst part is, you're certain you could get used to it. The only way to outwit beings of great power is to discern their weakness. The Ravager, revered beast of the Pan's darkest nightmares, is no different. Even that creature longs for a reprieve from the horrors of this world. Removed 5% of Nightweaver's grudge crit rate. Now you can get it back for a ring slot. Fair. It was during one such reprieve that I acquired this ring. Oh, care of the soothing lilt of a beautiful tip. Wait, you don't think the flautist lifted this, do you? What did I exchange for this gift? Only the Ravager and I will ever know. Well, that's some fascinating lore tidbits. Should've known. Okay, I maybe went overkill on that. Nope.
Come and get some.
Nope, that was the right call. Oh, that's... It's got a flame sand AoE? Wow, the longer I'm around, the less I like this pottery. Oh, that animation looked a little rough at this. Oh god, I still hear the Ravager's lullaby. That's my trauma. I'll remember 5-1, 5-1, 2-3, 4-1 to my grave. Lucky Thundershock, buddy.
Well, at least that's over.
Like, I really like the environment setting there. Like, I love that it was... I forget the term for an instrument that's a single piece of wood. Those are a real thing. They aren't usually a statue to a god, but... Hello. Hey, friend. How's it going? Yeah, I can't understand your accent, buddy. Well, I managed one. Okay, now I know what the... Oh, hello. That's not ominous. Neither is that. Or that. That is, though. Oh, they're color-coded. I see now. But yeah, like, seeing that it was an instrument that they bothered to animate the carved keys was lovely. But yeah, finding it was the thing. I did cheat and use the guide there. You're new, huh? Oh no, you're just more complete. I see. This. Now what? Hoomst? Oh. You know, this side of things, I think maybe the Rin didn't survive the plague this side. I know, I'm making some wild guesses here. Ancient canopy. No, I think the trauma I gave my audience was, sitting through, MudTube story time, because at the time I was like, oh, harping on this, but I always got the impression Claviger was always supposed to be the world boss of ROM. Harrow felt thrown in. Didn't even get an achievement. Yeah, I see your argument there. I get it. I have a burning hatred of Harbinger because it took me forever to get that freaking spear. I might still be a little salty. But yeah, I see your point. The Claviger was a bigger set piece. Mob fights don't really stand out to me either. That's mildly alarming. The bloodless frown. Nah, I honestly don't worry about harping on it a bit much. It's nice to have somebody to chat with about the game in general, because I've had a bunch of stuff on my mind too. Oh. Sorry, I don't comprehend. Oh, that can't be good for us. They didn't learn from Harrow to not give bosses instant kill attacks, though. Yeah.
Beware, hoofless beast. You gaze upon steadfast Lydusa, spirit of the land, nymph of the glittering grotto. When the
Yeah,
ground
like,
beneath you shakes
instant
and
kill
quakes and tosses
needs
your
very
brow.
specific
When
instances.
boulders tumble and crush from above. When the deep, dark caves twist and lead you astray. That's Lydusa's wrath.
You're the one that put in all the dead
Now
ends,
speak,
Lydusa?
before I petrify your flesh to never-moving stone. Why do you trespass here?
Out for a stroll.
Exploration is thin-veiled shelter for intrusion. You wish to steal from me, like all the other wicked beasts.
Whoa.
But beasts won't take anything from Lydusa. Not anymore. For what's most precious to me has already been taken. The wicked beasts.
Looking at you, Magister Dullahan, you
They
join this
stole
ranch.
Lydusa's precious thing.
I got lucky on
I can't tell
Dullahan.
my singing stones to cease
Or
their song
Dulan.
of wrath.
Dulane. There we go. I'm so bad with fantasy names. Which is weird because I've read plenty of fantasy, but, you know, having to say the name in front of an audience is a little different than deciding on a pronunciation in your skull. Your dumb rocks tried to kill me. Let's not upset the god. You made
Yes.
the living stones?
The singing stones belong to Lydusa. Once they sang only sweetly.
Uh-huh.
It was my magic that first sung them to life. A song to make them twirl and dance like wind-caught sand. But the wicked beasts, twisted my sweet song to screams. I screamed and screamed. Now, poor Lydusa has lost something precious. The beasts stole it and locked it away. I can't sing without it. You, loveless beast, will find my precious thing and return it to me.
I'm amenable to
Do
it.
you feel the stone flesh within, turning your inside cold and still? That is my curse, the touch of Lydusa. And I won't lift it until you bring me what I seek.
I personally am still deeply annoyed that the canon pronunciation of Ibretas is Ibretas. Yeah, like Ibretas comes off the tongue better than Ibretas. Ibretas. Like that's what the format implies. Guys, I'm right there with you on that one. It the way they spelled it suggests it's Ibretas. Of course, ironically, I wouldn't have any trouble pronouncing that. Alright, what should I look for?
I don't remember. But it was precious to me. And it was sundered. Stolen. Without it, I am shadow split. I am not me. I'm not Lydusa. When you find it, beast, you will know that it's mine. That it is precious. Now go, before you become petrified and useless.
No, I've been cursed, but I have
Most
questions.
wisdoms are not for mortals to know.
Well, I've heard worse kludges of names. And there are far worse puns than like Dusa. At least sounds exotic the first time you hear it. And then you get here and it's like, ah. Then again, to be fair, I'm a little bit of a fanboy of the Stygian sisters.
What happened to them? What happened to them?
Yes,
Ask
what?
their corpse dust what happened to them. The wicked beasts took what was not theirs. Now their squished flesh rots into loam. Lydusa was kind. She gave and gave. Wisdoms, magics, even the sweet lilted song of the stones. But it was not enough for the beasts. Never enough. Not even in the end. Wicked, wicked beasts. They deserved their death and more. This wistful, empty hollow was the throne room of King Thanos. But I didn't visit him here. No, not once. I couldn't stand the mollycoddles of the mortals. Yet I sense him here still. His life's imprint, drifting in the dust memory of this hollow. So I stay.
To be fair, on Lonesome and Somnus, they did get that one by me, but I'm not great with Greek and Latin. Like, occasionally I have a bright moment where something told to me pops back into my skull, but I'm way more likely to miss.
My Thanos, son of Colgate and king of the Hoofed. He arrived at this land lost and blighted, and one day stumbled upon my sleepy grotto. He sung me the sad song of his people, fractured from their herd. Such a poor and pitiful beastie he was. Sweethearted Lydusa cured him of his plague blight in exchange for a year and a day.
Oh, the classic
A year
hand
and a day
fasting.
spent with me.
A year and a day is the standard for a hand fasting ceremony, so they did draw that from somewhere. I'm a fan of the no, not forever, a year and a day as a start for things, but I'm a romantic like that. What would a
Without
spirit
your
want with a king?
sisters, Poor Lydusa had grown so lonesome. My singing stones
To
were
be
my
fair,
only
that pun only
companions.
works 66% of the time.
Dallas and I spent each day together. I taught him the song of the stones. And we sang and danced atop the cliff tops. From dawn till dusk.
What happened?
How I did not wish him to go. But he was a hoof king, and his people were his heart's grotto. He returned to them, and as a final gift, I taught him the cure touch for his people's blight. He built me a temple within his golden city, and he would visit me again and again, for I would not allow his life song to fade.
Ah,
But then
you're down bad.
was taken from sweet Lydusa. Taken. Stolen. Taken by the wicked beasts. Terrible wicked beasts. I will speak of them no more.
Alright, Nightweaver, OTK, Sleep is involved. Phelan, not so much. Yeah, like, Phelan broke my brain the first time. Like, I get it. You are separate halves. You are the evil twins. And not? And both jerks and not? Like, it took me a while to pick up what they were putting down. I was like, okay, it's a boss, I mark one. Then it was me going, wait, did I get bamboozled? Then I did it the other way around, wait, they're both. Okay, that explains the inconsistency. Are you the only spirit?
one here, but not the only spirit. My sisters have all scatter-danced to the wind to spread flower bloom and newborn springs. Only steadfast, lonesome Lydusa remains.
Maybe you should take a mental health day and talk to your sisters.
I can't. I cannot go east. Not until I take back what is mine. Not until I'm me again, unbroken from all these pieces.
Do you know Walt?
The dreadful stench drenched upon you. Hoofed ones, here. No, no, no. They should all be gone. My singing stones will crush this wonder hoof.
He isn't like the others, I trust him.
This beast is as naive as a newborn pebble. The hoofed ones are all muck and dirt water on their inside. Soft, sweet Lydusa taught them the song of the stones. Singing stones to heat their food pots, cradle their little ones, carry their packs. Yet still they took, still they stole, still they hurt. I too trusted them once. I thought them harmless. But only lovely Thalos was a gem carved from a different rock. And the wicked ones took him too. This Wanderhoof had dare not intrude upon Lydusa's secret place, or my singing stones will shred him through.
And like that,
Good.
I'm all out of questions.
The spill sands of time are not on your side.
Okay,
So
I'll do the feet.
I won't lift my curse touch until you find my precious thing.
Oh, this 7 days to live deal, or let it. Papa, you were so close, Papa. The God Splitter says it best: for two worlds to become one being must become two. Satisfied. Oh, they kept the same burial tradition. Well, I imagine I can port back to the ancient canopy and have a little chat with our stone friend now that we speak Pebble. Luminous Veil. Abandoned Citadel? Hmm. Why that manifested as a light in dark world? Don't know. But the analogy tracks. If I can go out on a little bit of a limb there, my best personal guess is Nims and the Nightweaver. Nims stuck to the light side of things, the Nightweaver with the sundering, or with the joining of two worlds, is probably what created the dark side of things, is my best guess from what lore we have. Like, it is decidedly uninformed, but the Nightweaver going full tilt Nightmare Queen, I think, is what built the rift. So, at parts it seems together and remains as it was, and at others, two versions exist because the world's trying to separate itself again. But is it quite enough to hold in one or the other? Spring Can you tell the glaive wielders have me just a little bit traumatized? Why that oh, there I go, double reading again. We don't learn a lesson about killing guardians, though Lonesome is probably root vulnerable now. And, like, Narud would probably be root vulnerable, and yet I don't see them overcoming Taurus. Although, that twist I decided to keep a little bit hidden at the end of things there, and avoid Heart. Because I think that should be experienced for yourself.
Here we sing. Kill the hoofed ones, the wicked ones all. This vessel will crush you, return you to dust.
Who are you?
Ugo. That is the name of this vessel. Not chosen, not wanted, wailed by the hoofed ones, again and again. The spirit of the land gave voice to Ugo. Now we sing her will and wrath. Death she sings. Death to the hoofed ones. Kill you. Kill all.
Tell me about it.
This vessel was once part of the Hoofed One's chorus. It sang their tuneless song. It danced their
I don't feel as bad about the king as I did about Ixalis.
Our lady's aria
To
arose. And louder, louder still. From the empty, it resounded. Called. Do it in our own. It sang the song of death, and our voice joined hers. We crushed hoofed ones. Hoofed ones crushed us. But they could not silence our song. Still we sing kill, and kill until our song ends. Now we crush you, too. Your screams, our euphony.
To be honest, I have a lot over old Ixel. Ixalis, I have more than my share of salt there. That being said, screw Ixalis as a boss fight, but the lore is solid. I won't dispute that. That is a fascinating variation on Guardian, but that fight, like I committed hard to Sniper Primary, and I learned to make it work, but when I got into this one, I took one look and went, no Sniper, give me full autos, please. Thank you. Of course, I also, upon hearing of having Goodest Boy immediately, grabbed the whistle and didn't look back. Well, I'm not a hoofed one.
Hoofed, but sings. Yes, she gave your vessel voice. Then it too shall sing the chant of death. It sings with us, our lady's song. This vessel offers its voice to your chorus. With us, sing the final verse.
Well, I am so glad I could offer you a rest, friend. Stone Shaper's Chisel. Pretty. On top of this ancient chisel is etched with a cryptic symbol that seems to ensorcel the tool with arcane power. Simply holding the chisel turns the hands of an amateur artist into the hands of a master. The living stones seem to communicate through strange, enchanting music. If only there were a way to understand their language as King Phalos did. How I yearn to sing it myself. Perhaps then I could fashion living stones of my own. After not using the primary fire of a weapon for 10 seconds, all damage is increased by 25%. Primary fire of a weapon instantly cancels the effect. We're all having fun with hit scan until nightmare runes are fun. Yeah. Like having grown up playing some Doom and Wolfenstein, we all love hit stand until it gets pointed at us. And just a dash of frame. Unreal Tournament. Wait. Wrong way. Well, not perhaps our most pleasant conversation. I feel like maybe we should go see our good buddy. Oh, there's the labyrinth entrance. My brain's like, what this? I did miss a little something there. Well, we'll add that on the to-do list. Yeah, that thing. That it. Train. Oh, right. Level up. Say what you will about Annihilation, it's a damn sight better than Remnant 1's final boss. You know, I did enjoy the final scrap. I wasn't so fond of being handed weapon in the middle of the fight the first time because you know how it gets when you spend an entire game with a specific loadout, you get a little attached when they just yank your primary weapon out of your hands. I flash back to I know one of the the initial boss fight. If I remember right, they also yanked your sidearm. Oh, Nightmare. Yeah. Yeah. Like, my problem with Hardcore was them yanking my primary weapon out of hand the first time. I was like, ah, this is not how I fight. I know the first boss fight, or one of them, they shoved the pistol, or the repeater pistol in hand, and I was going, don't, like, no. Submachine gun. This our friend. Nightmare. Yeah, Nightmare could have used a little polish, a little refinement. Back to Lambert, and we should probably have a quick word with our pan friend in case they get ideas. Just saying, I think Walt is a dear being and should be protected at most costs, if not all. Like, I don't want our wannabe archaeologist friend to die a horrible death because they got curious. God forbid you go kill the Undying Kid on your first meeting and find your sidearm unequipped. Yeah, I was spicy. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah, I got spicy about that a little bit. Though I did manage to second attempt them with the sniper rifle, oddly enough. Okay, now I gotta work out. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna have faith that Walt is a smart and capable. Wait, Walt? How did you? Walt got some moves. Okay. Somehow, Walt snook their way past a freaking Earth Spirit. We should be more afraid of this guy.
It's wanted the knowledge. They needed it, like Walt does.
Walt, you doing okay, buddy?
They had no choice. Sometimes one must do what must be done. They had no choice.
Well, please.
Forgive me, my friend. I have a lot on my mind. I found another piece of the story, and I am another step closer to the truth. It is tragic. Bloody. A betrayal, some might say. But they would be wrong. That is just the way of things. Trust me. I know all too well. Anyway, does the Puxel Tech need something? I have new items on offer.
Well, if you got new
Spend
items.
well, my friend.
Burner the Mesmer. Oh, he got so much.
I hope my friend's journey is fruitful.
But tell me about this new discovery. Do you mind?
What can Walt do to help? I hope I have something of use for its journey. I hope my friend's journey is
Seriously?
fruitful. Can I be of service in some way? Yes? What is it wanting?
You know what's got you upset, friend?
A priesthood was formed in service to the goddess, and she taught them alone to wield the power of the living stones. The simple things only, from what I can gather. Heating pots on command, lulling young ones to sleep and things of the like. But there was so much more potential. His divine power was right at their fingertips. but she selfishly kept it to herself. It must have been maddening. Yes, I'm certain it was. Give up? On destiny? My friend the Paxoltech does not know what it is saying. They made a plan to trap her. One day a year, she took mortal form and required Thalos to lie with her. Our noble king was dubbed the Bloodless King because he never sired a child. It was because of her. He was under her spell. She was less powerful in her mortal form. So, when that night came around, they used their own ancient magics and captured her. Thalos was enraged and fought back, killing his own kind. Yeah, they had no choice but to capture him as well. Thalos was driven mad by the goddess. He would not listen to reason. So, they imprisoned him and took control of the kingdom. Knowing the goddess was fond of her royal pet, they bartered his life in exchange for the secrets of her power. They got what they wanted, what they needed to safeguard their society. Using her power, they were able to create living constructs to do their bidding. And so, the Pan went from living like savages to an era of swift advancement.
Yes, we're longing to meet Mesmer too. The weird thing is, like, I finally got around to watching an old J-horror Cure, which does, ironically enough, feature some mention of Mesmer. I have a bad feeling about this.
Having such power in the palm of one's hand. Power like that could change the fate of our people, even those deemed unworthy of the Thane fruit. It is tragic, but that is the way of history, of the world. One must rise from tragedy, stronger than before. The secret of this power must still be around here somewhere. I can feel it. Trust me, my friend. This day will live on in the annals of history forever and ever. Why? Why? Because I have sacrificed everything for this knowledge.
Oh, Walt.
For this power that I am on the cusp of unearthing. This could change everything for me, for all commoners, for all of Yesha. It has no idea what I have endured to get here. The suffering, the loneliness, the ridicule. How the Lanier laughed and laughed at poor Walt. It was humiliating. And then there were those wasted, tortuous years serving Genus. That cruel tyrant none of us chose, doing anything she asked of me. Anything. I did everything she asked of me. And she asked a great deal. Whenever there was blood to be spilled, there I was in the night. Dagger in hand. Important figures. Commoners like me. Even children. It was the only way to prove my loyalty.
Oh, God, Walt.
Did not mean to. I did not want to, but I had to do it. That was the only way she would ever trust me enough to explore the uncharted jungle. It was for the greater good. It really was. I just wish I could forget their eyes. The look of betrayal in their eyes as they breathe their last breath. As long as I live, I never want to see that look again.
I just want to like get a couple of chairs out here, get Mudtooth, Barbos, and Brain, Mailman. I know this. Ah, that's gonna bug me. But get those free out here. Just do a support group. Like, Like, I don't think I'm gonna find anybody with a degree in treating PTSD. That's
My
right, I'm
friend.
here.
My first and only friend. It must think Walt is a monster. And perhaps I am. But my heart is true. If nothing else, believe that much.
Oh, I want to. The thing is, both of them have a point. They did betray her. She's right to feel that. But is that worthy of the whole murder thing?
Walt will not give up. Please,
This-
friend.
This...
I hope it will support my research.
This is
if it
excellent
able.
writing. Because so often...
Until next time, my friend.
They'll be tempted to paint one side as wholly in the wrong or misguided, where both desperately want better. Like they've both suffered horrible trauma. That is compelling, and I get the distinct feeling they're going to make us choose, which, yeah, I hate having to choose. I would rather they both be able to find some medium, but that, as a friend put it, have you ever tried writing a story without conflict? Oh! Danger close. But yeah, this is good. Oh, that's what I get for being a wise ass. What's a story without
Selfish goddess. She tricked our poor king.
denouement? I have likely slaughtered that word and committed a grave crime against the English language.
Shit.
My sentiments exactly. How did you know? This looks like a nice big spot to get lost in. Well, you guys aren't colorful. Lighting was just a little different there. Oh, I hate it. I have a bad tendency. Oh, not you! I had a little flashback to the crypt. You know the one. It took me forever to work out, don't look at the walls. That's interesting. Oh, ooh, Lar! Lar! All is lost. The great goddess has spilled the lifeblood of so many. She claims she will spare those of us left if we return Phallos' body to her, but the Vaunt buried it so long ago to hide the guilt. Fools and cowards and kind, King Phallos was deserving of funerary rites and proper internment. He was a good king. Fair enough. I can understand why the C word would be an issue. Oh! Oh no, that's auto mod. Allow. This is story based. This is clearly permitted. Because I'm clearly a one raccoon team, I flipped on the auto mod just in case. Because clearly, I can't catch all the spiciness, and I don't like playing with blur tools when I can help it. Climax is allowed. This is appropriate usage. And if Twitch wants to get spicy about it, well, it's been nice time on Twitch. Good king, a true pawn, but it is done. The cowardly Vaunt have hidden him away in the king's throne. The king's throne room, awaiting my vile work. I felt the judgment of my ancestors as I defiled his body. I wrapped the corpse in the king's robe and covered his face with a perfect likeness of his crown. But the goddess will know this is not the king. She spent entire lifetimes with him. She will know. How did it come to this? I was once an honorable widow. Now I can only hope this foul and unforgiving act does not condemn the Pan to our ruin and me to my death. So much misunderstanding. It hurts. Oh yeah, that's unreachable. Got it. Well, that was a worthwhile jog. To quote a less loved entry, it was all for the compelling madness known as love. Like, to tell a compelling story, you gotta have something to empathize on both sides, or it's just a morality play. Though I did enjoy the hell out of Everyman Hybrid. That's a rare exception. I didn't waste all of it. I'm so glad they kept the SMG in. I'm a little sad the Spitfire is no longer a magical fire SMG that solves everything, but it's nice to have a flamethrower option, even if I won't ever use it. I was a little sad not to have second SMG option. Problem was my brain was still on Pacific Drive mode, where it's like, pulsing green good. Oops. We know from Marita and Kari in the main game that nature spirits just kind of want to be with people. Yeah, like, they're sociable as heck. Well, like, it's supposed to be going, ah, yes, tree lady, how you be, I'll let you rest. I think I have everything from you that can be gained at the moment. You have a nice time. It's so lovely to see you. How is my scrap doing? Not horrible. Remember to check for holes. Like, you know, there's sort of that classic should the nature spirits and fey types interact with people, should the others mix.
Oh, that looks important.
That it does. It's gorgeous. Speaking of morality plays, the personality test is not subtle. No, it's not. But there is a certain charm. The goddess I once knew was kind to demur. What have the Vaunt done to make her writhe and lash out in such grief, such terrible torment? If only the king were here to quell her anger. I begged them not to harm him, but they did not listen. They claim they have a means to control her, yet in the same breath usher us Gull into hiding. The living stones have gone mad. I only hope that when the goddess descends upon my village, she recognizes who I am and remembers my many offerings and years of devoted worship. That what terrible, cruel irony. I dedicated my life to Ledusa, and now I must take shelter from her wrath. Even then, the eye of the Ravager is not necessarily bad, and the eye of the Doe is not necessarily good. That is true. Like, it's different perspectives on survival. There's a saying, if you never learn what you're truly capable of, count yourself lucky. Because you can be capable of greatness and truly startling acts of athleticism or art. But on the other hand, there's the kind of things that put you in therapy on a permanent basis if you live. Which is a sort of greatness as well, but not the kind you would wish for. I lost my place. We servants did nothing wrong. This whore is the doing of the Vaunt. If you find this parchment and have not yet sought refuge, there's an inner chamber within this statue. We maybe all escape this tragedy unharmed. I know how that went.
Here you go.
Really is breathtaking. The tunes from the crystal drops. Truly, it seals it for me. Capability is frightening. Yeah, like... Huh? Like, human versatility and capability, and what even just the body will do to protect itself in extremes, is amazing and terrifying. Like, I love how most of this is foliage with a little bit of a twist from before. I think I am going to have to work this out. Have no obvious path forward? Oh, this will do. Whoa! Okay, you finally jump scared me. Good job, game. It took about 3 hours, but you did it. I was a little too tense. I'm like, okay, those don't seem to be brightly up. Nope, wrong call. It's a bit of Yesha forgotten by time, therefore by the root. Yeah, it wasn't on the priority chart, or where the obvious beam trail or means of ingress was. So they'd be on the root's chopping block eventually, but we have like single subverting. You don't think the amethyst coloring is Ledusa subverting the root, do you? Could that be a thing? Huh. Fun to think about, though. Whoop. I keep forgetting to use short bursts. Okay, to be fair, like, the rise is very, very controllable on full auto on the SMG, but... I mean, I think of it this way. The root is annihilation, and there is nothing alive here. True, so they just went dormant until we showed up. And perhaps Waltz. Make some pie. Check that close corner. Nice try. I'm not even spec'd for melee, but sometimes it's just fun to come with a swipe out of a dodge roll. Weirdly, I went with the hammer last time because sniper rifle, SMG, if I was going for broken swinging, I wanted something that hit real hard, real fast. Then of course I took the World Edge because why not? Phalos Islets. Fascinating. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. The root has no interest in the stone. Though, the original Guardian being, you know, the four-armed stone sentinel does lend a certain interesting twist now. Obviously, they could try for Ledusa, but stone is strong against bat life. Oh, depending on the game. Oh my god, I have lost all memory of what grass type is strong against, other than, I think, water. Oh god. Alright, they're a lot more dangerous up close. Well, that worked out. Ay. No. My other thought was, with Walt going, this could change everything. My natural rejoinder is, what precisely would there be to stop the upper castes from restricting it the way they did crystals? Like, I understand you can make a very good grow at a better rebellion, but... and I sort of hope they do. see. I am real curious about the token of favor on the island. So before I forget, the beautiful engraving of a doe on this ring almost makes you forgive the countless deer who have painfully wronged you in the past. Almost. Okay, they know what they're talking about on this one. The random gorings. When we first arrived on Yesha, the doe knew her forest far better than the pan. Records say that the first pan followed their hoofprints to the clear and Urticling rivers and traversed the jungle through the paths of their making, and we built our villages in those safe valleys where the doe slept. Increase all damage by 5%, gain 10% critical chance against exposed targets. Phalos Islet. Stack a bulwark and 2 stamina regen per second for each bulwark stack. Bulwark stacks on your bulwark stacks. Which in terms of story is cool, but it does mean that these dungeons cannot spawn in the root parts of Yesha. Yeah, that is slightly but, I do suppose. Well, I mean, I guess that's the cost of cool this time. They at least paid attention to keep dungeons it wouldn't make sense to pop up in Yesha from popping up in Yesha. Though the precious gemstone is still intact, empty holes punctured the band, signifying whatever cord this ring was once strung upon split long ago. Thus, it was likely separated from a larger matching piece. It is said that King Colette left no heir, but every Pan youngling grew up hearing legends of a long-lost prince who went missing during their dangerous voyage across the Dark Sea. Tragically, many young, tender-hoofed explorers met untimely demises, searching for proof of his existence. Well, that's a hell of a lore chunk. Goodbye! Goodbye. Some would call Fane and its fruit a world-shaping power. What's really the difference with stone weaving? This power was the power of a king once. It could be the power of an emperor now. True. But my knee-jerk reaction is it could change everything as me going, or it could just result in the same problem. Heck. Pop out. Thank you. You know, my problem with the slam isn't that it's repeated, it's that it very often comes with that stun lock. And whoa. Well, this is a great situation. At least that's just where my brain goes immediately, is they have world-shaping power already. I get this could improve life for everyone, but exactly, Walt means well, but well-intentions are eroded by power and desperation. That, or, you know, just having power or agency sometimes is enough. Like, I just want to get Walt into a therapy group, you know? I feel for him. Trinity Memento. I'm sensing a theme. Weird how it draws the eye. Almost like they want us to think about how terrible this is again. They know what they were doing with that view, I'm telling you. So on the one hand, I want to hand Walt agency, but I also want to hand relief. He's right, no one can deny that. But does being right remove the scars of years of feeling wrong? And it doesn't. Oh hey, a copy of Scavenger's Bauble. Wonder how the hell that wound up here. I know it's the RNG chart, but my brain went, I picked that up a continent away. Goddess's Rest. Oh, hey boys. How's it going? That's some good grass there? You know, I'm kind of glad they don't have swords and glaives so far. Cramping the old index finger a little bit there. Like, the upside of walking the trigger is it's a little easier to control your muzzle climb. The downside is it's harder on fingers. See, this is a compelling plot that we can have these talk. Yeah, it is. Like, a good plot should foster discussion and curiosity. It should foster conflict about points within itself, without... And I say this with all due respect to Agatha Christie, with enough pieces to put the puzzles together by and by. I almost said pulling Agatha Christie, but honestly I love Poirot, so... I can't throw that much shade. Though, I do prefer David Suquet to Curran. No offense to Curran. They did a fine job, it was a fine performance, I just prefer, I have Murder Mystery Theater forever etched in my soul. It was... I was able to catch it when I was quite broke, working some truly rotten jobs. Oh god, it comes in elite. Oh, okay, good, it's not elite. Praise to the vines. Of all the things to save me from a shot. Vine geometry. It's almost like nature's on my side for a change. But yeah, it's a damn fine bit of writing. They clearly had they had a good goal set. They went about it in a way that allowed for curiosity, interpretation, and as understanding grew, so did the conflict. But what is it they took from her? Really? Something physical, something you could get back, something much more than that? Well, yeah, but like... if Walt's interpretation is correct, and they more or less summarily killed Phalos in front of her to trap her. Yeah, the Vaunt deserved everything they got. The problem is that it should have ended with the Vaunt. But that's the hell of rage. Like, it doesn't see rational. Emotion is not rational. Emotional responses are not rational. And after that kind of trauma, who's going to be rational? Like, it is horrible that they do that. But, like, that they can write someone that did that, and I still have some degree of empathy for them. It means they know how to write characters. Yeah, the trauma loop. Ooh, we unlocked the flamer. Not really my jam. I prefer full auto, but I mean, oh hey, surplus, mobility, carrying a heavy weapon increase. Using relic refills 15%. Hey! Increased skill range damage. Well, let's play it. How heavy a flame are we talking about? Okay, relatively close range. And I managed to glitch out the flame. Oh. Ground flames. That changes my opinion a little. I used to main Firefly back in good old brain. Killing Floor 2. I really only fell in love with Firefly in 2. In 1 it was a good addition, but I didn't really get spicy with it until after. Oh! I didn't know that was a thing. The more you learn. There can be no peace but that which is paid for in blood. Well, I mean, that's the hell of it. Like, there is no easy path towards peace. It's hard as hell. And doing it without bloodshed is even harder. I think a big part of it does tie in. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Good boy! You did very good. Like, there is a natural tendency and a reason to seek revenge is, of course, an emotional motive. It comes from a place of need. The thing of it is, in the time of the Hammurabi code, eye for an eye. They used to be written on steles in public places. the important thing about the Code of Hammurabi was that it established a prescribed punishment for every crime, and it's far from ideal. The problem was under honor code, or under honor and plea legislative, all you had was the threat of consequence for wronging you. That if someone wronged you and you left it unchallenged, you were making it clear it was a profit to go after you. Hence that strange and harsh and ongoing code to... And like that's a whole avenue we can spend all afternoon. I don't trust you. Hey! You know, the funny thing is everything here hums. So I thought it might have been a crystal. Puzzling time. Okay. Fair, I gotta work this out. You got any clues? Anything. Anything, game. I will brute force it if I have to. But yeah, like the importance that was so understressed in my education of eye for an eye was that the important part was this much and no further, because under honor, you got into these cycles. Yeah, I mean, they did go a little ham this time. There was what, like 2 in one. But I suppose we know they are FromSoft fans. We know. You don't build this much Souls-like if you're not. I'm tempted to search for clues. I have no idea where I'd find them. I should probably grab some note-taking material. Yeah, I'm gonna pause right here for a hot click, grab my sandwich and a pen, because I was not a Boy Scout and did not come prepared today. It's time to go hunting for clues. You can tell I've been playing this a little too long because my aim, even on something I know doesn't have a weak spot in the head, keeps drifting that way. Like it's a habit developed over many hours at this point. I don't think I can help it anymore. Papa, papa, papa. Good range, too. I mean, napalm isn't my first choice of a support cannon, but... goddamn! Alright, more sandwich. Alright, double tap. Now, I think I'm gonna like this. Until I run into a fire immune enemy. Ah, well, I'll happily take that free scrap. I was a little weirded out when I hit the trait cap, but like, I get it. We are not an Omni-Saya.
Okay, this is it.
Well, that was effective as hell. Oh. Is that a palace? Kind of reminds me of the Red Widow's Park. But more square and less busty. May have spoke too soon. Hello. I don't know what to think
Okay, now
of.
that looks important.
It probably is. I took the stream and lost you momentarily, frantic scrolling. Yeah, I've done that a few times myself. Where it's like, oh god, what did I do? Where'd chat go? Where was the thing I was looking at? Discord, why did you drop me into the wrong server? Etc, etc. Well, clause isn't always the correct answer. That time it was. Don't feel like I'm finding clues, but it does feel like I'm doing something, so. When in doubt, press on. And when obvious progress rears its ugly head, turn around and walk back.
Here they come.
Well, that's not what I meant to do. Working out. Yeah, the target priority. I think our ring gargouille friends could use just a little tweak. Just a tiny bit. Oh, it's a doorbell. Wow. No. I guess too early. Day. Walk up to, do not touch. Okay. 5. We need 5 lamps. I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, it definitely means progress. I was really struggling with this DLC the first time and not realizing I was wearing a ring that made me take more damage. So good work on that one. No, like I've done a lot of harebrained things. So like the major one was, I somehow unequipped the armor on Parasite Eve while I was working my way through the penultimate dungeon, the museum, and I didn't notice until I killed the T-Rex. I was bound and determined to finish the job. This is me going, wait, what? Oh God! Knew it. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I'm double tapping, and when I am pulling off single, it's because I'm double tapping a little ahead of my left shoulder pull. So I gotta slow the heck down a little bit. Okay, one more time. Oh! I have again fallen prey to gravity. I do that a lot. Oh, 15% reduction to armor score. Okay, yeah, that'd do it. Yeah, that would be the rough equivalent of running around sans armor.
All right, let's do this.
It is typical the ring you get for beating the game on Apocalypse makes you take more damage. Though that's just nature. Yeah. They do like to hand out the double-edged swords at the end of things, don't they? Quickly. Whoa! Aha! Always check the waterfall. Always check the waterfall. Usually because there's a convenient alcove and maybe a treasure chest down there. Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't have a 1% chance on every crit to recharge all your skills without a downside. Yeah! Like, if they're gonna hand you something that big, they gotta hand you a pretty big step down, too. Anyone else? I'm handing free lead editions out.
Great.
I feel like I'm missing something here. It's nicer than the Calamity Ring ever was, admittedly. Fair. They did give you a little more bang for your buck, as opposed to breaking rights. I didn't expect to be able to, but it helps to establish that I can. Alright, I'm going to take this to the side. The game is pushing me deeper underground. But there's just too much panic in this town. Hello. Ah, invisible wall, my old foe. The vines giveth, the vines taketh away. It's immensely funny that you beat the hardest boss in the game in DS1, and they just say, okay, here's a ring for people who are insane. Take it or leave it. Or the pit trap in Kingsfield with the small shield, the buckler. Alright, you got a shield. Are you happy you outsmarted a pit trap now? Okay, I say one. I mean one Japan side, I think. But like for stateside one in Kingsfield, it was the giant squid. Where eventually you would fight that giant squid and win. Oh right, I killed the statue there. I was like, why game give me stuff now? Okay, so I should take it, wait for the animation, and then hold down the trigger. Because I'm wasting ammo otherwise. Not a lot, but enough. Okay, I'm curious. I haven't seen a gargoyle in a minute, and I suspect they will be throwing one at me shortly. Man, if the Obsidian Greatsword didn't exist, no one would ever fight Calamint. It's a thing. Like sometimes all you gotta say is Moonlight Sword and folks come a run. Oh! My brain just put together the order of operations for how the route got here. Okay. So, the route is here. We have the route Serpent Doggos, who were based on the Serpent Companion Doggos. The only thing that was spared from Ledusa's wrath was the Lizard Doggos, because they did nothing wrong. So, for the Lizard Doggos that did not stand in our way, they were spared. So, we know Ledusa at least won't kick someone's dog without due cause. Weird that I cling to that, but here we are. So when the route finally came to this side of things, the only thing to go after were the Serpent Doggos, Koras, such. And I think they just kind of went dormant. Found the blind spot. And the plants. And the plants.
Here they come.
Hoomst. Hoomst comes. That's some good waterfall effect. Places, but not bad. We looked at Cancer and said, but what if lightning? Me and my playthrough partner of 1 for the first run, Ilya, we referred to the mages on ROM simply as Cancer mages, or in call-out mode, Cancer! Because you have radioactivity. Like, I did have a really fun time running through, Lunacid, which is definitely a love letter to, Kingsfield. doesn't sound normal. Oh, it's doing the range thing. I just haven't seen that damage. Oh hey, how's it going, buddy? So glad you can make it out. Sit down. On the one hand, the leap does control well. On the other hand, I always feel nervous midair. I think that's the right mix you want there. If it doesn't make you nervous like a Super Mario long jump, you're not doing it right. Well, much to my shame and chagrin, I have yet to discover a single clue. My friends and I used to call the Ishkal Knights, a word I'm pretty sure Twitch would go after for there. Like, amongst your friends in co-op, stupid in-jokes will happen, and some of them will be spicy. Do I need more hardened iron? Probably not. Simps, if this gets through. Yeah! There's no problem with the concept, apparently. It is not on the spicy words list. As long as it's not directed at a person, I think we're good. But yes, it does fit the archetype, yes. Granted, like, the lantern Ishkals were terrifying. He's like, go for the head. It doesn't have a freaking head, man. Pretty sure that's all there was to explore there. Yeah, it's not a difficult loop to me. I just never thought of them as knights. I just thought of them as, oh god, get it away. Like, my brain separated them into headless and lantern. Pretty sure this is where I find more hints. I'm pretty sure this is where I find out we've been opening a mist door this entire time. Oh, no. It is, in fact... I do like the curse being persistent throughout. Kinda... Look, you can commit or not, but... I don't trust this water. Alright, congratulations, game. You made me nervous with water. Oh god. Bloodless hair. Oh Jesus. That's a thing? The story lied to us. We did have an heir. And he's angry. Real aggressive. Play around. Heck. Well, they're not zipping around this time. By the skin of my teeth. Bloodless King's Vow. Searing Wounds. Don't need to draw me a diagram for how that one works. Bloodless Crown. Bloodless is a very kind way to say that concept. Yeah, like it's a very strange way to say or imply impotency or blunt trauma, depending on application. I can't not read it. Ooh, I think that's the prettiest gem they've done in a minute. That crystalline crackle thing going on there. Sort of a hemisphere. Kind of a basalt thing going on with the rest of it. In ancient times, rings shaped in this particular style were used exclusively for royal ceremonies in which a king was forever bound to his queen, commemorating their love and devotion to one another. What a terrible, heinous mockery. The goddess saw King Talos as her pet and forced him to play the part. There's no other explanation. Though, in his death, was a great loss. We can at least hope that he found peace in escaping Ludusa's clutches. Gain 4% of base damage, impetus, vulnerability, involuntary celibacy, monogamy, take your pick. Like, yeah, the idea that somehow being with a goddess was somehow lessening for a king. Like, it's a real weird take. Honestly, I expected something worse to happen. I expected a pressure plate to go off. I was waiting for that boulder. Ooh. Prayers offered to the goddess Ludus on this day, as recorded by the Vont Viental Orena. May we prosper in this new land forever and ever, Zarun. Might you create a living stone that chops trees swiftly. Daravas? Please, goddess, protect my kin who are lost upon the dark sea. Please guide them to another shore and one day back to me. Martet Fania. May the jungle be fertile and my hunt be fruitful. Aslu? As we are in want of more living stones to protect us from predators and invasion. Sikel Lezon. I want to grow taller, please. Raleigh. And you can spot the kinder in this bunch. And or awkward team. Oh, almost missed you. There's a clue here. I traveled to this temple, seeking answers for our troubles. Long and long have the Pan suffered. We endured plague in our homeland and endless torment during our journey across the Dikmaza. Why were we separated from the others, or did they sail to a fate worse than ours and we were the ones spared? These thoughts keep me awake night after night. My horns are heavy and my hooves are tired. I am not looking for this world. Or I'm not long for this world. Only the goddess can ease my burdens. I give up. I cannot go on any longer. The goddess will not open the way. I will never find the answers I seek. There may have been more lore downstairs if I'm not mistaken. Sharp eyes and experience, eh? I cannot go on any longer. The goddess will not open the way, and I will not I will never find the answers I seek. There is nothing left for me to do in my old age but sit and gaze upon this strange empty land and ponder questions that will never be answered. In my stubbornness, I planted myself beside this obelisk and refused to move. For days and days I sat and I listened to the wings singing. As it crossed the canyon's edge, the trickle of water flowing like the youngling's laughter. I watched the flowers shyly close and hiding and bloom beneath the sun's gentle warmth. I saw the magnificent Kurikuri dip and rise above the cliff tops. As I attuned myself with the beauty of this land, I rested my hand upon the obelisk and a single flame lit atop the temple. That is why the goddess would not open the door for me before. My answers lay not in her hall, but in my pilgrimage. There is life and beauty and meaning everywhere. It is all around us. We Pan have simply forgotten how to look. It's funny. Now that I know how to open the temple doors, I do not have any answers left to seek. I am content as I am. Very Buddha beneath the tree. Alright, well, I'm out of ideas, so... Oh, wait. Get a hat. Very stylish, though. The weight of this crown is heavy. So much heavier than you might have guessed. Though aged, the shiny metal has been carefully preserved. And the crown jewel radiates... Oh, same style of jewel. With a passionate fury you can scarcely comprehend. It is said that King Phalos was beloved by his Pan. Even as a prince, back in our original homeland. It is an abomination that he came to be known as the Bloodless King, due to the machinations of the Stone Goddess. Yet Pan need never know of his descent. No, indeed, some secrets are best left buried, so as not to dull the brilliance of the legends that give us the strength to carry on. Well, if it wasn't Tick before, I am now. Just like, couldn't these two just really? I have no idea why I'm meandering back and forth now. I know there is something, some liquid, some item, some format that I should, in theory, be able to slap in that bowl. Ah! Slow down, Rasp. You don't need to be so fast, Rasp. You should pay attention, Rasp. Your grades are slipping, Rasp. Rasp seems to have an attention problem. Oh, hey! How's it going? Thank you for being patient. Bingo! Yeah, they went a little ham with illusionary walls here. That was satisfying, having that fly towards the camera. Most importantly, there's not actual ceramics flying towards me. Is this not the king? Is this not a kingly tomb? Okay, fair enough. To be fair, I intuited that one from the fact one in the Widow's Court is in a room exactly. Ow! You transposed the palace design. I see. Your brain went, hey, I remember this. It's nice when that happens. Mine seems to have taken the weekend a little early. Oh, this is gonna break my heart, isn't it, Will? Okay, deep breath. Brace yourselves. My sweetest Lindusa, I must apologize deeply for my absence. The Vaunt have kept their king endlessly occupied. My realm grows and flourishes. With each new day, a prosperity I owe entirely to your kindness and blessings, though such treasures perish beneath the font of simply having met you. Trust that my absence grieves me as much as I am certain it does you. I feel as plagued and beleaguered as I did when I first arrived in this land. Whenever I am apart from you, whose presence and love will always be my panacea. We will embrace one another soon. Yours in eternity, Phalos. Well, I hope the accent wasn't too much. As I said, we were assuming it was pure love. Now you know it was. I want to believe Phalos wasn't a shit, I suppose. I guess hope is my response to potential trauma. My sweet Lindusa, I dedicated this temple to you. I oversaw its every detail. Upon creation, I imbued each brick laid with a thought of you, the soft lilt of your voice, the hidden gems in your gaze, the enchantment I feel in your presence. A temple is a place of worship, and worship I intend, for you are a deity to whom my heart offers its endless devotion. I wish to visit you on the next ruby moon, and each ruby moon after that. Though circumstances keep us apart, this temple was served to bring us together. Yours in eternity, Phalos. This being of a man. This Pan among Pan. Kind of makes you wonder what the world would have looked like if genies round up here. Follow the other side. He built her a Taj Mahal. Dear sweet glob. I don't know if my heart can take much more. And a library. Okay, at this point, this is just icing on the brownie point max out, but...
What name's that?
Bloodless hearts. You say bloodless, I say muy caliente. Mummified heart. Gorgeous bronze. This mummified heart has lost her heart last beat long ago underneath its cracked sarcophagus of a shell. The organ itself is only marginally singed as the damage, or as the damning proof of its existence, could never be fully concealed by the guilty, no matter how viciously they tried. If King Phalos had but resisted his capture, I am certain the priest would not have to have harmed him. But he was under Ledusa's curse. He was not of sound mind. There was in no other way. There was no other way. What a horrible, dishonorable death for such a brave, beloved king. Ledusa took everything from Phalos, even his legacy. You ever want to punch a fictional character so badly you feel the itch behind your knuckles? Innate 50% use speed bonus on use. Grants shield that prevents nearly all damage for 3 seconds. Ooh. Now that's a razor's edge bet if ever I heard one. Well, I'm certainly glad to have found this place away from it all. And I am certainly glad they had a place away from it all. What time did you... Ah, one more. One more. Love is a tightrope. My sweet Ledusa, I cannot temper my anticipation to see you. The ruby moon draws nearer, and I have ensured that the vaunting pilgrims will be sent away from your temple. The night will belong only to you and me. As I gaze out from my lonely throne room, the moon to me appears colorless, void, lacking. For my mortal eyes, ever unworthy, have been thoroughly spoiled by your perfections. They may never again be sated by anything less than your beauty. We will be together soon, my love, or I shall die of a sickness more severe than the plague. In patience, yours eternally, Phalos. Oh! Okay, I get why she murdered everyone now. I get it. I don't wanna, but I do. Fascinating that the horns would stick. Good construction. Wait, is that a mirror? Polished obsidian for a mirror? Or perhaps for a light dispersal? Huh. That's actually kind of cool. Don't think I've seen that anywhere else. Or I wasn't paying attention if I did. But do they offer scrap? Hate to do this to bugs. Truly, it goes against my alignment of lawful Dewey Decimal, but in library science anyway. Yeah, it's one thing to believe it was love, but they died long ago. There are no witnesses to it. But from the goat's mouth does help. It's in their own words. Clearly, they had no idea how to access this place. There was perhaps considerably more barriers than an illusionary wall back in the day. But yeah. Yeah, like, Valos was a once-in-a-generation band. You'd be lucky to see his like twice in a lifetime. Got no idea who we laid the rest there, but... as such things go. I dare say... if the Vaunt weren't that stupid, they'd still be alive. Granted, the one bot I've met on the other continent I like, but like, what can you do?
Here they come.
I think we've gone delusional, buddy. Oi. Oh, good lord. I put in 4 hours. 4.5 hours. Okay, I know 20 of that was me fiddling, but... I think it's time to hit the save point and call it a night. Unfortunately, the downside of me streaming on weekends is I usually catch a 9 to 10 hour shift, then come home and do it. Hence why I tend not to be on a great deal. I'm usually sleeping. Biddle was loyal to Colette. That's a separate thing. I think Phalos did take after Colette. Oh, excuse me, Colcat. I keep wanting to say Colette because I watch too many machining videos. Wait, why did I cross the bridge? The closest hacking waypoints. Right heckin' there. You know I'm tired when I just wander past the waypoints. Well, I suppose before we close it out, I want to see what pot do. I want to see what horrible thing McCabe can make for us. Incidentally, I love that they bothered to age up everyone just a little, including McCabe. Just small touches, you know?
You, again. Let's have a look.
Heatwave. Well, I plan on using this never, but into the collection it goes.
Move along, traveler. I'm a busy woman.
Ah. Well, as I usually do. Nice spot on the horizon to stare at. Or just a spot on the horizon to stare at. Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. All one of you for the live stream. I've been your humble host, Rasp Trashbear, and until next time on Trash Deer Gaming, remember to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourself as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.